Hello everyone, Polyhedron69 here. And there's something I wanted to talk about, something that I can't even describe it, but something that in every aspect, every way changed my life and my understanding of our universe, our world, and myself. Everything that I see, do, think, smell, eat, whatever, every action that I do, this this thing changed my life. Who am I talking about? I am talking about Void Viper. Now, I'm going to be playing some Plague Inc. because I want to visualize how Void Viper can change just everybody's life. It changed my life. I, I don't even know how this man could exist, but the more that I go in this video, the more that I would understand. I want you to understand why Void Viper is more than just who he is on, like who you perceive him as. He is complex, like just he's just a complex guy. And I don't even consider him a guy. He's something beyond our comprehension. So let's get back to the story. So I first met I first saw Void Viper as a child. I'm now older, more wiser. I first I first met Void through my father. My father said there was a man who he saw on YouTube named Void Viper. My father was just getting into YouTube, and he said he only watches Void Viper, and I said, "Do you watch anybody else?" And he replied to me saying, "I don't need to watch anybody else on YouTube. Void Viper is the only person I need to watch." And this kind of made me think a little bit. Why does my father only watch Void Viper? Can't he just watch somebody else? And I was I was confused. I said, "Why do you just watch Void Viper? Don't you want to watch anybody else on YouTube?" And he said, "When you watch Void Viper, you will understand of why he is the only person you need to watch." So I go on YouTube and try to search Void Viper, and strangely enough, there wasn't a result for Void Viper, and I I thought this was weird. So I like typed in Void Viper. I put a space, no space, nothing. Just generic videos of like a void or something. So I got confused. I asked my dad, "How come Void Viper isn't popping on YouTube?" And he said to me in a strange voice. I can't really say it, but it was very strange. He said, "He will come to you when you need him." So I thought maybe he'd delete all his videos then. So it was about like 2 weeks passed, and I I woke up from a nap. It was around like 2 in the morning, and I was like, I felt there was something strange in my room. I was sweating. Um, it felt like something was on me when I woke up, like someone was pressing against my chest. So I tried falling back asleep, but I don't know, something was strange was happening. Like I couldn't fall back asleep. So I decided to go on YouTube. At the time, my family had a computer, so I went downstairs and decided to go on YouTube. And on my recommendations, strangely, it was just all like this guy named Void Viper, and I said, "Oh, Void Viper's videos are finally appearing up. Maybe I can watch them." So I clicked on one of them, and they were called his Future of Europe series. It was season 1, and when I first started watching it, I was like, there's nothing special about this guy. And it started getting really strange. When I kept watching more of his videos, I got invested with the story. The story was the story sounded like when you go to the theaters, they should be playing Void Viper because his story was so like just heartwarming, suspenseful. It had romance. It was everything. Like Void Viper should be like a director. Void Viper should be like Michael Bay. So I watched Void Viper the whole night, and turns out it was a school night, so I was really tired when I went to school. And when I came home, I was just edging to watch more Void Viper. But when I go on YouTube, strangely, his videos were gone. I searched Void Viper, and like before when I first watched him, was it was gone. Nothing was there, Void Viper. So a couple years went by. I grew wiser. You know, meet new people online. Got Discord, went to the prom, and I decided to get like on mapping Discords, because for some reason I didn't, and I went on a server, and somebody advertised a video called Isolated Europe. Now, this idea was pretty interesting. Think about like Europe, isolated from the rest of the world. What can go wrong? What can happen as Europe gets isolated? I thought this was such an amazing idea, because you could do billions of things with this idea. It totally isn't just a couple things you do with the idea. So the idea was really compelling. Strangely compelling idea. So I started watching, and the story was like, it wasn't great. It was fantastic. Like, I swear to God, this isn't wasn't normal. It wasn't made by a normal human. It was something completely different. Like, whoever made this piece of work, no, excuse me, not work, his Isolated Europe is art, is Void Viper. Like, no way. Is it the Void Viper that I saw as a child? Turns out it was. And I started looking at his other videos in Isolated Europe, and the story was so compelling. Like, Void Viper would make ideas of just amazing things, and the best part was that when he made an idea, like his spirit idea, he would just totally get rid of the idea a couple episodes later. Now, some people who aren't enlightened by Void Viper said this was dumb. Void Viper shouldn't have abandoned his idea. But I looked more into it. Void Viper wasn't abandoning his ideas. His ideas are meant to be only emphasized. They're only made to be theorized. You know how in movies you theorize who is the bad guy? Well, in Void Viper, you're supposed to theorize of what you can do with the idea. Void Viper gives ideas for other people to use. Void Viper is such an amazing character. He isn't even a character. He's like the literal representation of Jesus Christ. Now that I think about it, maybe Void Viper is Jesus Christ. Maybe Void Viper is Jesus Christ. Maybe it's Jesus Christ's second coming. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. I'm sorry. There's just so many things to talk about Void Viper. Now, during his Isolated Europe, I watched episode 14, and it is such a great episode. It totally wasn't just a rushed episode because Void Viper had no ideas. It totally wasn't like that. It was totally a clear message episode. It was about tragedy, about the human mind. It totally wasn't rushed at all. No part of it was rushed. I dare you to watch the whole video and say this wasn't rushed. There was animations. There was betrayal. It's such just a compelling episode. So I start getting jealous because I wanted to do this just amazing series. And the series was just so amazing. I got jealous. So I started plotting against Void Viper. I was angry at Void Viper for taking this amazing idea, which I should have thought of. I should have thought of this just amazing series. So I've been plotting against Void Viper. I wanted revenge. I wanted to raid his server. Then, it was the night before I was about to raid Void Viper's server. And, um, I had a dream. And it's like a white figure, like an angel almost, saying, "Do not raid Void Viper. He will not let you enter his kingdom." Now, when I woke up, I just thought it was like just a normal dream, but then I started getting like aches, and then I realized it was real. Whoever told me in the dream that the angel, the spirit, didn't want me to hurt Void Viper. And then I started crying because I was about to hurt this amazing man who made this compelling story, this not rushed story. So I called it off. I called off the raid. And I even went on Void Viper's server apologizing that I was plotting against him, but Void Viper banned me. I mean, he totally wasn't just being like an idiot or something and just didn't want an explanation or nothing like that. He banned me, and I realized that I had been judged by Void Viper. I was not allowed to enter his kingdom, his amazing server, which, by the way, is the most active mapping server. So, I decided that I messed up. I can't enter his holy kingdom. So I began to preach the word of Void Viper. I began promoting his channel on non-mapping related servers, and every time I would promote it, people would say Void Viper is a gay, just overreacting virgin teenager. And I would tell him Void Viper isn't a virgin. He gets laid 24/7. And there's been documents on Void Viper getting laid. And if you say Void Viper is just a virgin loser teenager who just sits on his computer all day, is just an idiot. Void Viper is more than just a virgin. He isn't even a virgin. He has laid everybody. He's laid every woman that has ever existed. Because he is God. I figured this out. I was right before. He isn't Jesus Christ. He was Jesus Christ. Void Viper is the creator of the universe. And during his series, you can see that he makes these amazing worlds. He just doesn't abandon the idea after a couple episodes because it doesn't get in the views. Totally doesn't do that. He expands the universe of his series to their fullest capacity. He just doesn't abandon them. I mean, why would he ban them? It's not like he would just let down his fan base or anything. So, I began looking into Void Viper's channel more, okay? And he has a series called Mappercast. And his Mappercast series, where he interviews other prophets from his religion, Void Viperism. And he has many great prophets. And I just love how many people just listen to him, because each Mappercast live stream gets over 1 billion views. Like, they're the most, like, one Mappercast got, like, more views than the video of Despacito. It's the most viewed video on YouTube. His Mappercast videos totally just don't get, like, less views than his normal videos. And everybody just watches them. So they get over, like, 1 billion views. And Void Viper, like, expresses his ever so loving embrace of whoever worships and obeys his commands. And of course, I'm not one of them. I'm not allowed to enter his holy kingdom. Anyways, I just wanted to emphasize Void Viper's relationship with me, Polyhedron. There was a scandal within the mapping community where an old mapper named Golden Rebel uploaded a live stream. People thought he was dead. People thought Golden Rebel died of AIDS, but Golden Rebel didn't die of AIDS. It was actually his alt told people that the real Golden Rebel died, when in fact it was just an alt. And so, when people were speculating who uploaded the live stream, because people didn't know it was actually Golden Rebel, Void Viper in Sepio's server said it must have been Polyhedron. And Bodtran, being the non-virgin he is, agreed with Void Viper. And when I first saw this, I was like shocked, because I totally have the ability to hack into a YouTube account. I totally have the ability. Totally have the ability. It totally wasn't Void just being stoned. So I looked into it, and Void Viper and Bodtran both agree that Polyhedron is also Trio, because I was totally a 7-year-old raider when Trio attacked the wiki. Totally just a 7-year-old raiding, you know? It just makes complete sense. So I must admit, I'm totally Trio. I was totally a 7-year-old raider when in 2014. Totally that. Just a little 10-year-old, you know, totally that. And I just wanted to apologize for being Trio, you know. I'm sorry that I offended the great Void Viper, creator of the lands of Terra, creator of the solar system, creator of the universe. Because I realized that Void Viper is more than just a guy who uploads YouTube videos. Void Viper wants to spread his message around the earth. He wants everybody to know of his loving embrace and his gratitude. Now, after the scandal, it turns out it wasn't me, Trio. Totally wasn't me, Trio. And Void Viper became angry. He became fueled with anger that Polyhedron didn't get exposed, you know? So Void Viper left the server. He left his best friend's server. And you know what? We don't need this trait because Void Viper doesn't like fat chicks. So anyways, I've realized now that I was wrong. I was wrong to be angry at such a great person. A person who is the embodiment of creation, the embodiment of chaos, the embodiment of everything. And Void, if you're watching this, I love your videos. I watch them every second. I think of you every second, Void. You are more than just a virgin. You are everything that is right about this world. And in a million-year time, when I'm dead, everybody said you'll still be alive, Void, preaching your holy word to everybody who views your videos, your incredibly complex stories. And when people say you do just abandon your stories, I know the real reason. The real reason is because you don't want their minds to implode of watching your series. You want to end them as quick as possible. And Void, it was totally justified when you banned me from the wiki, because I was totally gonna raid the wiki. I was totally gonna do that. Every time people DM'd you saying, Polyhedron's totally gonna raid the wiki, they totally weren't just misinterpreting what I was saying. I was totally gonna raid the wiki. Totally gonna raid the wiki. So I wanted to say, Void, I wanted to say thank you for, like, making my childhood. Because without you, I would just be a sad, lonely virgin. But I get all the chicks now, because I tell them I watch Void Viper. And they say, I watch Void Viper too. And they immediately just go hammer on me. So, I wanted to say thank you, Void, for enlightening me with your incredible word. I know I've repeated it like several times, but I just can't get enough of you, Void. You are something beyond humanity, beyond our comprehension, beyond every single comprehension. You were just something out of this world. You are the creator of our universe. And the reason why I played Plague Inc. is because I wanted to emphasize Void's future plan. I wanted to emphasize him, just his message spreading across the earth. People taking in the fruit of the Void. Because without Void Viper, there's nothing that you can do. Because everybody who doesn't watch Void Viper is just a nobody. And Void, I praise you. I give you daily sacrifices and give daily gifts. And for those of you watching who don't know Void Viper is, please check out his channel in the description and the comments. I will link Void Viper to everybody. You need to see Void Viper. Void Viper is just an amazing individual. He is totally not just a sad, sweaty teenager. And look at this. Void Viper brings joy to the world. I seriously hope this scenario happens where we're all infected with voids. Just greatness. Thank you for watching my lesson on Void. I plan to do like daily scripture readings. I have set up the Church of Void Viper in my local community. I will begin daily services starting on May 12th of this year, actually. Please attend the service. Each service lasts from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. So please come and just hear the word of Void Viper. And I swear, it's not a scam. When you hear Void's word, you will be enlightened like I was as a small child. Before Void, I was nothing.